Alex, one of the things that was really interesting for me to think about as it related during the finals, as it related to you guys, was the fact that the Mavericks have a member of the organization who you're very familiar with, in Donnie Cockstein. Don Cockstein was the director of mental skills for the Red Sox when you were a player, and he is currently the director of mental skills for the Mavericks. And the reason why I was thinking about that was because there's been a lot of discussion about mental health and playing environment, much more so now than I think when I was covering you as a player, when you were getting to know Don Cockstein. So I guess when you think about the environment, like the mental health environment, how prominent a consideration that is now compared to when you got to know Don Cockstein, back in 2007 when he was a part of another great championship team. What strikes you in comparing those two times in the sporting landscape?
Yeah, I think organizations that are doing an outstanding job, giving the players the tools to be better, right? And this is not only in the training room, in the weight room, training environments, but it's in the mental side of it. Um, I learn a lot from the mental aspect of the game because of my brother. He had his own life coach while he was playing. Jim Phantom, who worked with Alex Rodriguez, Frank Thomas, and a number of elite athletes. So I had a pretty good idea, what you needed to do to stay in the moment and to kind of like express what you needed to express, to be ready to go to battle and to go through life. Donnie for us in '07 helped us with structure. He helped our pitching staff to develop. We all talk about Josh and the pitching staff, but I think he did an outstanding job uh, taking care of Pat, and just helping in every aspect, not only on the field but off the field. And nowadays, organizations are spending a lot of money the right way, taking care of players, not only at the big league level, but it starts, in the Dominican Summer League, in the academy in Fort Myers with the young kids, and then players now they have all the tools. I think players now are willing to talk about their problems, and we're in a good spot. I think society has opened up for all of this, and we are in a better place because of the willingness of us to help people, and also the willingness to the people to express their problems. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that was such a striking aspect of when Chris Martin went on the injured list with anxiety. First, that it was striking that this was an explicit reason for going on the injured list, and something that you understand to be, first of all, intrinsically incredibly important for the well-being of a person you care about, but also a critical element of his performance. Right? He talked about the physical toll that the anxiety was taking on him, but it was also it was also very honestly moving that you spoke in a very direct fashion about your own experience with mental health as a player, and it felt like it felt like you during your own playing career did not feel like you could necessarily have that kind of a that candid acknowledgement of of off the field things that would affect performance and affect your life. How different is that aspect of things for you on both a personal level and in terms of what you're seeing, and in terms of what you're seeing with players now?
No, the players they're doing an outstanding job with this, and you know, it's not that we're gonna hide injuries, right? And but you know, Chris has have been having problems with his left shoulder, right? We could have said, he's going to the IL because of his left shoulder, and that's true. But he was very open about it. Like he didn't want to hide it, And I think when guys are in this stage, right, in this platform, I always talk about the power of the platform, right? And Chris expressing, uh, his quote unquote problem, probably help somebody out there, right? And probably made somebody better, or made somebody to look for a way to solve their problems, right? And I'm very proud of him. In my particular case, man, honestly, and you guys see it, um, there's a transformation, man. My last 7 months have been amazing. Have been amazing. Sometimes I'm like, I sit here and like, wow, this is awesome. Like when they ask me how you doing, I say I'm happy and healthy, which wasn't the case last year. Last year was very tough for me, not only mentally, emotionally, but physically too. And we went through a lot. As a player, I went through a lot right around 2000, no, 99, 1999. It was tough, man. It was tough, not only for me on the field, but off the field for my family. And little by little, I learned to overcome a lot, and the structure of my family has changed, obviously. But at the same time, my ex-wife Nilda have done an amazing job keeping the family together, right? In the sense that Camila, she's a great woman. Jerry L, he's a great man, and we know our situation, but we try to do our best to be the best parents that we can, right? And we have done an amazing job. Angelica and the boys have been amazing for me. There's such joy in life now, and I think it's more about me accepting who I am, me accepting my situation, not only on the field professionally, but as a man. And the way I see it, man, I have this unique platform to impact people, and I'm not bullshitting people when I open up. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I've been very honest with you guys lately, right? Talking about the game situations, off the field stuff, and I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, and I feel very comfortable now opening up about how I feel, where I'm at, and hopefully people appreciate that, and I'm making others better because of the way I'm going about my life now.
AC, running has been a big part of that for you, right? You've sort of jumped in with Angelica, the training. She's the machine. You're the gazelle. I understand. Okay, you go, short and fast. She can go a lot longer. But I mean, you really got into it. Like I watch every day you post your runs, and after a while, you got 8, 9 miles, 8-minute miles. Like, first of all, baseball players don't run. Like you talk to baseball players, they do sprints, right? It's 90 feet. It's whatever across the field. All of a sudden, you're out there running distance. What did it come to you that quickly, or did you have to grind through the beginning? And then what has it done for you mentally?
Yeah, it started September 22nd last year, and I still have it on the app. It was 1.36 miles, and it was intervals. Walk for a minute and a half and run for a minute, bro. And I was toast after it. I was like, man, this is awful. And little by little, the app actually took me from the couch to 5K. That was the goal. And then we decided that Angelica was going to run the marathon, and she started training on Saturdays back home. They started running the long ones, right? It was 7 miles, 10 miles. Um Opening weekend in Seattle was 17 miles. We went to Anaheim, 15 miles. And the way I put it, man, TC and Alex, there's certain times in spring training that we were running. We had this running club, uh, Cronin, Fatsy, Abe's, and Marissa, one of the trainers. We will be up at 5 in the morning and run. And I'll be out there and kind of like thinking about the season. There's this little voice when you're going long distance, right? I remember my first half marathon. It was in Fort Myers. When I got to mile 10, kind of like the voice was like, stop, stop, stop. And Apes was right next to me. It's like, go, 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 and the support system. And sometimes I compare the runs to the grind of the season. Like there's gonna be days that you don't feel right, and you go out there and you got to find a way. And so far, it's been good. We try to run at least 5 in every city. The other thing too, man, I played in the big leagues for 13 years, and I can tell you that I didn't enjoy the cities that I played, right? And on the road, it was kind of like hotel to the stadium to a bar or to a restaurant, right? And now We go to San Francisco and we run into the pier. In Seattle, the same thing. St. Louis, running to the streets around there, and it's been fun. It's been great. It's something that is life changing, and I joke with people. The marathon. Yeah, I would love to. When, we don't know. We don't know. It can be next year or it can be in 10 years, or whatever. But that's a goal of mine, and my hat off to all the marathoners out there. What you guys do is amazing, and it's been great. It's been very gratifying.